Every single night I have a nightmare about losing teeth or having braces in some way, shape, or form.
Like the embarrassment of having braces?
Well, I had braces for 8 years.
Oh.
Literally from elementary school
I have
to
nightmares
high school.
about having braces. It's just I can't imagine the humiliation.
No, I just get them back on. Like they go back to the orthodontist. They say like, nope, you're getting them back on.
Oh, so you always stress out about the ortho.
Yeah, but then the teeth one, I don't know what it is, but literally like I wake up probably 5 out of 7 mornings, like feel my mouth to make sure I have all my teeth.
No way.
I don't know what it is. I've Googled it before, and apparently it's like you're afraid of like change or something like that. Like that's what the psychologists say. So that's not good. But
Gotcha. So, I see. And you're always afraid to change your bets too, so that works.
it might be that. Maybe I'm just afraid of just.
Maybe here's an idea: knock all your teeth out. You won't lose a bet then.
I hope I don't get that far, because that's like one of my biggest fear whenever I'm like drinking too. Is like I wake up and I like lost a tooth somehow, like a la The Hangover or something like that.
So hypothetically, if that were to happen, what would you just have a heart attack or?
I wouldn't believe. I would probably have a panic attack for sure.
Really?
Yeah, it would be bad. I don't know what it is. We'll figure it out though.
I don't think we will, but
we'll figure it out on this episode of the Goose Egg Gambling Podcast, the only podcast that asks for DraftKings credit as a stocking stuffer. We are presented by DraftKings.
Absolutely.
I am Matt, aka the Holly Jolly Man of Folly, and I'm joined by my co-host Jerrod, aka Mr. No L.
I like that.
He takes no L's.
Never. I've never lost a bet in my single life.
Never lost a bet in your life.
Nope. I'm a perfect.
I'll tell you a bet I did lose. I got on the Steph Curry bandwagon that he was gonna, like the whole last like week when it was like, oh, if he hits 16 threes this game, he'll break the record tonight. I placed a bet on that. Oh, if he hits 7 threes tonight, he'll break the record tonight. Place a bet on that. I did not place one last night because he only needed 2, and it was just the odds just weren't great. So
side note on that, it looked like they were wearing Knicks jerseys.
Yeah, the Warriors have some really goofy alternate jerseys.
So is that on purpose?
I don't think so. I just think they have so many alternate jerseys they have to start wearing them just wherever, just to make it like financially work for them.
It's very confusing.
Yeah, they were literally blue, orange. I don't get it.
Yeah, it was cool. I got it in the garden though.
Yeah, that was a really cool thing.
Good for him.
Do you think so? He has 2,974. He's on pace to hit 3,243. It's possible that he could hit 5,000 threes before his career is over.
He's gonna double his record probably.
Yeah, that's insane.
It could happen.
It's gonna be like the most breakable record ever, right? Because I wrote down some other records.
You mean unbreakable record?
Yeah, most unbreakable record ever.
Right.
Because I wrote down some other unbreakable records. I got these credit to sportingnews.com, but I want to run all these records by you. I want you to tell me which one, if any of these are more or less breakable than Steph Curry if he were to hit 5,000 threes.
Okay.
So Wilt's 100-point game. I don't think that's break. I don't think anyone could score 100 in today's NBA. I think defenses are too good. I know they don't always show up, but if someone started to get like close to 100, you got to imagine defenses would lock up on them.
think it is breakable.
Really?
With just the amount of 3-pointers that you see nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And there's probably another Steph Curry out there that's probably 8 years old.
Do you think he's alive right now? The person who's going to break Steph's record?
Isn't that exciting? I think it is.
I think it is too. Like, I think it's some kid out there who's like, who's motivated by last night, who's shooting right now.
Like a little Luke Skywalker is just
something like
there.
that.
A new hope.
Because I don't know who in the league would break it right now. Like Luka or Trae Young, maybe, but I think they're already too far behind.
And kids nowadays, they're going to obviously idolize Steph Curry.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, people were idolizing Reggie Miller, Ray Allen,
Kobe, LeBron,
Fred Hoiberg, you know, great three.
Wally Szczerbiak.
Wally Szczerbiak, you know, Michael Olowokandi. So people like that. So I think people will, I mean, there's kids that would be obviously influenced by Curry.
Yeah. So you do think the record will be broken?
At some point.
Yeah. Okay. I got another one for you. Wilt once averaged 48.5 minutes per game in a league with 48-minute games. Do you think that will ever get broken?
Unless we have robots playing. I don't think that happens.
Yeah, I agree.
Just like there's probably metal parts out there that could be a robot.
And they're alive right now.
They're probably now.
They're inspired by Wilt Chamberlain tape.
Yeah. There's metal sitting out there right now.
100%. We got another one. Walt Bellamy once played 88 regular season games in an 82-game season.
What?
He got traded around. Yeah.
Shit, that might happen.
It could be. I could see that being like God, who would even be an equivalent to that?
Fuck. Like a J.R. Smith, just like a journeyman.
Yeah, something like that. Like a Harrison Barnes.
Yeah.
So he gets moved around a lot.
Fuck. That might happen.
It could be.
I'm 50-50 on
all it takes is one crazy season, but then you think they're like rest some games too at this point. You never know.
Definitely like a guard. I don't think it's a big man.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, it'd have to be a guard or something.
Yeah, I just thought that was crazy. I got two more. AC Green once played 1,192 consecutive games. So that's like
Ooh.
10 seasons worth.
I don't think that'll be
That's
broken.
more than 10 seasons worth.
Because I think,
But he came off the bench. He just played. He did not start. So that is a thing.
Okay.
But he was active for that amount of games.
so like he'd play 1 minute and that would count. It's like a Cal Ripken type of thing.
Yeah, it might be possible. I mean, I guess LeBron's been hurt so already because LeBron was an Iron Man before that. He might have had a chance, but
How many games?
1,192. So that is like divided by 82. That's what,
Holy
13
shit.
seasons straight?
Wow.
Yeah.
It'd have to be a bench player.
It
Can't be
would
a starter.
Yeah, it would never be a starter, I don't think. But
I
I
can
could
see
see
that
again
happening.
being like a role player, like say Duncan Robinson
Right.
transfers his game, something like that.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I'm 50-50 on that
Yeah.
one too.
And then the last one I have, Rasheed Wallace once got teed up 41 times in a season, and players nowadays are suspended after 16.
Oh yeah.
I think that one's pretty possible. I could see Draymond Green going off the rails towards the end of his career.
Sure, but I think the NBA will probably get more stricter and stricter.
I
with
think they would like
suspensions.
take like a month-long suspension or something like that.
Right.
I don't think they would letting it fly.
Yeah, but like before Malice at the Palace, yeah, definitely. Like
Yeah,
if they
David
did change
Stern
the
let
rules.
it fly. I don't think Adam Silver would.
No, you can't even look at somebody. You get teed up.
Yeah, exactly. Too soft.
It is a soft league. I am definitely like 90s NBA was better, or like early 2000s NBA was better.
I agree, but it's starting to come back a little bit. Like the 3 points are down this year. Granted, we are early in the season, but
Sure.
I do think the league is heading in the right direction, especially now that they fixed the jump in fouls and flops and stuff like that.
And then I think there will be. Yeah, there just needs to be. There's like no good post players, like great, like back against the board.
What's interesting
Get 'em
is
down.
teams don't really have unique identities anymore. The Warriors do, but that's and the Bucks kind of do, but like they're like back in like the 2000s and 90s, like every team had their own personality because they were all like played very differently. And like football teams are like that now too. They play differently, but in basketball, everyone is kind of just like you have one big man and everyone around just like shoots threes.
Right.
So I kind of miss when teams would have unique identities to them.
Yeah, and I just hate back and forth 3-pointers. Just like
It's
five straight.
it's like dueling though.
Yeah, but it's just you're just watching people shoot the ball. I don't know. I'm not.
I
a big
suppose
fan.
I do like conflict around the rim. I think that's what sells the most.
I like ball movement, screens, backdoor passes.
Big Spurs guy.
Big Spurs guy.
Oh,
I'm a big
boy.
pop guy.
Not big in the superstars, I would guess.
Nope, I'm all teams.
There you go.
Yeah, my favorite player is Wally Zerbiak.
There he is.
Right. Also, I liked watching
And Larry Bird.
I really liked watching Rip Hamilton play.
Yeah,
He's a great mid-range shooter.
he was. I do enjoy the mid-range. That's why I like Devin Booker a
Yeah.
lot. Devin Booker is a very old school player.
And like nowadays in the NBA, the mid-range is pretty much always wide open.
I don't get why more players don't do it. KD does. He's really good at getting
Yeah,
in there.
it's like free 2 points. Like if you just work on your mid-range.
I think the analytics nerds just kind of took over for a bit, and everyone like they would say Daryl Mooney, the Rocket or 76ers now GM, his whole thing was that like not taking a bad shot is better than missing a good shot.
Okay.
Because like he said, it would always make more sense to miss a 3 than to like try a contested 2 or something like that.
I don't know.
And I hate that.
Yeah.
I don't like that. And I think the game is slowly starting to move away from that because the mid range is so wide open now. People are realizing, oh, that's just free cheese if you can get in there.
Right. Maybe we could do a 4-point play, you know.
Do you think the NBA eventually gets to like a 4-point line?
It's got to be behind half court.
You think?
I don't know. Didn't they experiment with that? No, I'm thinking of Big Three.
They've thought about it. The Big Three does have it, but the NBA has like offered it up for voting at like the owners' meetings before.
Fuck. I don't think I'd like that.
I don't think I would either. It would be cool for like teams that are behind more. Like,
Or here's an idea: a 4-point line in the second half, not the first half,
I don't hate that at all. I think that would be cool.
or maybe just fourth quarter.
Yeah, just anything to keep like games closer, I'm all for.
Right.
Did you ever hear that proposal for new 2-point conversion rules or whatever? Like, you could do a 2-point conversion from the 5, you could do a 3-point conversion from the 10, and then like so on.
I like that.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Always, anything that'll keep teams in a game longer, I'm all for personally.
So if you do the
3-point conversion would be from the 10, like a 4-point conversion would be like 15 yards out.
Okay.
Something like that. I don't know if those are the exact numbers.
So yeah, hypothetically, if we do 4 points from a 15-yard line, how would you handle defensive pass interference?
Ooh, that would be a good point. I do not know how they would handle that.
Just to replay it down? Because I could just see people just tossing it up, trying to get the penalty. Shit like
Yeah, I would say probably a replay down would probably be the best way to do it.
or half the distance and still 4-point play.
Yeah.
I
Or
don't
like
know.
you have the option to take it back from where you were for like more points or something like that. I don't know, because
Couldn't be a spot foul because that'd be BS.
Yeah, exactly. You literally just throw them right in the end zone. Yeah, I would say a replay down would probably be the best way to go about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's interesting. I'm all for like the future of the game changing.
Next time I'm in the shower, I'll have a thought about that. And I'll get back to you on that.
I appreciate that you're listening to this or thinking about this podcast in the shower.
Don't listen to it in the shower.
That would be dangerous.
Yeah. I don't have a speaker, so.
Really?
Not in the shower.
Well, I know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
Heyo.
Speaking of Christmas, we got a guaranteed moneymaker coming on Thursday Night Football this week. We got a great game. Chiefs Chargers. 3-point game. The Chiefs are favored. The over-under is 52. The Chiefs are quietly the second hottest team in the AFC besides the Patriots. Yeah. I think they're just winning in non-sexy ways. They're just winning with defense and blowing out teams that they should be blowing out. They're running the ball actually decently.
Yeah,
their defense has allowed 9 points in each of the last 3. And they're right there with the Patriots vying for that 1 seed. So I think they're playing with a purpose. They've closed the season with this game, the Steelers, Bengals, Broncos. Nothing crazy. I'd say this is probably the hardest game left.
Yeah.
Maybe the Bengals, but I would say the Chargers.
Yeah.
But if the Chargers, on the other hand, if they could find a way to win, they have the division lead. They'll have the tiebreaker over the Chiefs. The Chiefs will be a wild card, and the Chargers will be in position for that number 1 seed, which is kind of crazy. I feel like the Chargers have had a much worse season than they have. Their losses have been ugly, I think. That might be what it is.
And the Vikings beat them by 6 or 7, and Vikings were kneeling down at the end of the game. It felt weird.
That is weird.
Chargers are just
usually never the case.
Team.
They really are, and they beat the Chiefs already at Arrowhead this year. I think the Chiefs had 4 turnovers that game, 2 fumbles, 2 picks. That was sky is falling for the Chiefs.
Yep, week 3.
Yep, Herbert in the last 4 games has been on fire. He's thrown 11 touchdowns, but he also has thrown 8 picks in the last 8 games.
Ooftas.
Their offense is technically outperforming the Chiefs by just a small amount. So it does cause some concern. It is in LA, which is always weird. The home field advantage for LA is always a little tricky.
There is no home field advantage in LA.
Yeah, pretty much. I think the Rams are starting to develop one a little bit, but even that.
I think the Chargers move.
Back to San Diego, you think?
Yeah, I think it'll happen.
I do too. And I was in San Diego last year around this time, actually, and they all missed the Chargers really bad.
Yeah, and they had a shitty stadium, but I felt like they always had a great fan base for playoff games.
I think it was just the owner's a cheapskate, and he heard he could get he could live at a stadium for free, so he went for it.
Does he live in the stadium?
He doesn't live in the stadium, but the team plays in the stadium for free.
Oh,
they don't pay any rent or anything like that.
Wow, they're living rent free.
Pretty much.
No fans.
How is that allowed? That's such a bum move.
Yeah.
At least offer to pay what I pay for my apartment in rent.
Yeah, here's $700.
Yeah, exactly. I'll pay utilities, or I'll give you a ride to the airport or something. I don't know.
Pay for the landscaping a little bit. Just
exactly.
1 tree row and that's it.
For real. I bet he goes. For sure Dean Spanos is going there and trying not to pay for concessions either. He's like, hey, I'm the guy. You hook me up at all?
He's got a coupon punch card.
Yeah, exactly. From 1993.
Yeah.
This is for the Coliseum. Should be good. It doesn't say it expired.
We're in LA, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell?
Calling for the manager.
Oh God, its diet is just hot dogs and nachos.
Bro, you are literally worth billions of dollars. Take out your fucking Discover card and pay for something.
It's a rough diet.
Yeah, it is. Anyways, Chiefs -3. I think that's the move for this one. I think the Chiefs are hot. I think this will be a good game, but I think it'll be one of those games where the Chiefs kind of pull away at the end. Probably make it a 10-point game, something like that. I had the over originally listed, but I'm getting a little hesitant because it is a divisional game and it's a short week.
You're afraid to change it?
Little bit. We were talking about it. We recorded the Suriyat show, which both Jerrod and I were on today. Jerrod's on it all the time, but we were both on it today, so go check that out. But there was a lot of debate on this game about the over and under, and I think I'm going to stay away from the over. I had so much fun betting the over on Monday night, though.
Yeah.
It was a blast. I got to just do that, only that.
It seemed like every drive of that game had a big play.
Exactly.
It was crazy.
I don't know why I don't just bet over every single game and just enjoy it. I already love offense.
I like
it's not a smart move. Right. You like betting the under because you like watching punts.
Yeah, it feels good. And then you see a red zone turnover. And then you get a little excited. You're like, yes.
Why would you be excited for a red zone turnover?
Because I got the under.
I guess, but we were so close to a touchdown, and you're just cheering all right, I need this tight windows here. We got to get a pick.
Why do you think I like the fumble touchback rule so much when you fumble?
You like that rule?
For the under.
Get the fuck out of here. That's the worst rule in football.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. The defense should not get bailed out because a quarterback is reaching for the pylon.
Okay, but the NFL is so pro offense. Everything, it seems like all these rules go in favor of the offense.
That's true.
That I think the defense just needs something. They just need some
glimmer of hope. I don't hate that. You convinced me.
Yeah.
Look at me changing my mind. All right. So, yeah, we're both on the same page here. I think Chiefs -3.
Yeah, I like that.
It'll be a fun game. Are you going to touch the over-under at all?
I'll take the over. Why not?
Over 52?
Yeah.
Shoot, maybe now I should do it. I have no conviction whatsoever.
I know you don't.
All right. Jerrod, we've got some Saturday night football.
I'm so excited.
I wish there was a Saturday night theme song. I'd sing it right now. Live from Cleveland. It's Saturday night.
Okay. That's does Carrie Underwood, the Sunday night football song, does she record that every week?
No.
Like, does she have to come to the studio once a week and record her song?
No, she does it like at the beginning of the year, probably just like, she only has the one line that changes.
But what if a game flexes?
They usually say like, they're like, if you listen, it's a very like boilerplate, like we're all getting ready for a nasty showdown. But usually it's like the Packers and the Bears divisional showdown.
The Packers and the Bears.
The Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears for a nasty showdown.
Yeah.
No, I think it's totally like boilerplate. I think she probably has sung like every team's name and maybe they just throw that in there.
So it's just like one day in the offseason, she just goes in the studio and goes
and makes a casual $1 million.
Jeez.
And then they have like the random players come in with no helmet and just like slap the football and dance around her kind of. It's weird. Love that song though, but oh my God, the PTSD it gives me.
I know. You
just makes me think of homework.
Right. Yeah. Like, oh, I got such a long day tomorrow, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, exactly. The week. Yeah. This is the last
hoorah of the weekend.
It is exactly. And I'm not even gonna like stay awake to watch all of it usually. It's usually like, oh shoot, I did not do my math homework today. I have to do that right now. I thought I was gonna do it during the noon games, and I was gonna do it during the late afternoon games.
Right.
The prime time to do homework was during football night in America, like the little show in between. If you can find some way to like fit it all in there, that's golden.
That's like 1 hour, like one hour maybe.
Yeah, usually, especially if the afternoon games aren't shit.
Right.
Just drown out Rodney Harrison and Tony Dungy's blabbering and just
you see all the highlights. And like they're going faster the highlights, but then you work faster on homework. You're just like, oh my God, they're almost at kickoff.
Also, why this might just be me, but I always feel the need to watch highlights for games I watched in an entirety. Like I watched the entire game, yet I still sit through the highlights. Like, wonder what happened there.
I do that too. You just need to look again.
I guess.
Especially if the Vikings win, I like to look at the highlights.
Really?
Kind of like be happy about the day.
I think my thing is I'm just like, I want to see what the smart football people thought were the big plays of the game.
Right, yeah. I want to get Tony Dungy's take on this game.
Yeah, he's just going to say everyone has poor character. Hey, it's a fellow Gopher. I can't talk shit. All right. First Saturday night game, we've got the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Cleveland COVIDs.
Yes, that's a good name for them.
Yeah, they are decimated right now. I think they have 19 players and staff members.
I'm probably counting.
COVID. Yeah, it's going to probably be more as the week goes on. They were favored by a good amount, but this line has obviously swung the Raiders' direction, but not by that much. It's only at -1. The Browns do have experience with overcoming COVID. They did it last year in the playoffs, but that was just the head coach. That was not their entire offense.
Right.
They still have most of their defense, though. And their defense is what's been carrying them through games.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm all over this under. I like the under a lot.
39?
39, yeah. That's a good That's a good number.
Are we just completely throwing Derek Carr out of the equation? Because he still has not had that bad of a year. Like he's showed up big in big games.
Right. But it's like you said, like their defense is barely touched on COVID right now.
That's true.
So
and they know they're gonna have to play well to have a chance at this game and just at the playoffs in general. I think this is kind of their last gasp.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bet the under on this one.
Yeah.
I like the under.
And plus, how much of a downgrade is Case Keenum to Baker Mayfield? Not that much. If any other quarterback goes out, you got to imagine the line is swinging like 4 or 5 points.
And then last time Case Keenum played for the Browns was that Broncos Thursday night game.
They won.
And that under hit. So
the under did? I don't remember that.
It was like 17-14 score, 20-14.
Yeah, that's right. It was bad.
So I can see something like that happening again.
Yeah, I would not be surprised.
A lot of running the football.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick game. It's the afternoon one. It's at 3:30, which is nice.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Raiders take this one just because I'm going to trust the better quarterback. I don't really have any conviction either way. I don't think I actually will bet on this game, but Raiders -1 just seems like a good way to go about it.
Yeah, start the weekend off right.
Yeah, I might throw it on just a tiny little bit, just test the waters, tip the pinky toe in a little bit, see what happens.
I like that.
But we're treated, after we have to sit through this SHIT show, that spells shit show.
Language.
Yeah, my bad. This is an explicit podcast. We haven't marked. People know what people know what we're about here. After that, we sit through that. We have the Patriots and Colts game, which I think is the best game of the week.
Yeah, I agree.
It is. The Patriots are. I still don't know why, but the Patriots are not favored in this game. The Colts are favored by 2.5. The over-under is 45. Why is that the case? Is it just home field?
Yeah, and the Colts, they're not bad.
They're not. They've been really hot. And I told people on this podcast, watch out for the Colts this year.
Yeah, Frank Reich's a great coach.
He is. Carson Wentz is playing well despite like the highlight turnovers that he always has.
Right.
He's good for one of those a game, but if everything else he does is good, I mean, it kind of works. The team seems to like playing with him. They're getting a lot of joy out of that.
They gave him a high five here now and again. So
yeah, exactly. Like they're smiling around him. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's his face? Why can't I think of the running back's face right now?
Jonathan Taylor.
There it is. He's playing at an MVP level. It's really a tale of two defenses, though. The Patriots are first in points allowed per game. The Colts are 9th. And the line has kind of moved around a bit. It moved 0.5 in the Colts' favor. Again, which is interesting to me. The Patriots are on a 7-game win streak versus the spread.
Yeah.
So taking them has been guaranteed for the last 2 months.
Right. So I think this is my lock of the week is our free cheese, I should say. Excuse me. Patriots plus 2.5. I love it. And here's the reason.
Okay.
I told you earlier. The Patriots have been doing intel on the Colts, watching their Hard Knocks episodes.
Do you really think Bill Belichick is sitting down every Wednesday night on HBO and watching Hard Knocks?
Maybe Steve Belichick is.
Maybe.
his son. So I think they'll get some good intel. Maybe they'll slip a little raw footage to the Patriots, the HBO crew. You never know.
Do you actually think they were cheaters? Patriots?
To a point.
I think it was an Air Bud thing. Like there's no rule that you can't do this. They found that out, and then it just sounded so sketchy that they changed the rule around it. I don't know. I read the whole Patriots Dynasty book, and it actually made me change my mind on the Patriots. I used to hate them with a burning passion.
Right, but now you read your propaganda book, and now you're all in on the Patriots, so that's good.
Propaganda is a strong word. It's written by an unbiased author. No, it's so true. I'm such a sucker for shit like that. It takes like one book, one article, one video to change my mind on lifelong convictions so quickly. Anyone here could change my mind with 3 sentences.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which I've heard being very flip-floppy is great for a podcast host.
Oh, definitely, yeah. You can't lose if you're flip-floppy.
Exactly. So I'm excited. I think this is a very highly technical chess match. I think it's going to be a lot of long drives, a lot of like clock management, a lot of playing the field position game. And like I said on the Sir Yacht Show, I think this game's going to come down to who's going to go for a 4th down when they shouldn't, and whether or not they get it or not. It's going to come down to 1 or 2 coaching decisions. It's not going to come down to any player on the field unless there's like a big turnover or something like that.
Right. I like that. I just think the Patriots shut down the Colts. I just see Carson getting rattled.
It is going to take Carson playing well because they're obviously going to take away Jonathan Taylor. That's what Patriots do.
Right. So I think it'll come down to that. And I don't know, do the Colts have great receivers?
Michael Pittman's pretty good.
Yeah, he's good.
I like him. T.Y. Hilton's been out all year.
But then they got J.C. Jackson and Matt Judon with Patriots. They're just solid defense. It's just hard. It's so hard for me to bet against a great defense. That's like the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because that's how you win games late in the year too, obviously.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The Colts just play such a weird brand of football. They just play super safe and just they get out of every game kind of. I feel like they feel like they're just playing every game not to lose and they end up winning all of them.
Yeah, they're well coached. I think Frank Reich's a great coach.
I agree.
Yeah.
I've gone back and forth with this game and I still might change my mind before the game starts, but I'm also taking the Patriots plus 2.5. I also don't hate Patriots money line plus 125.
Yeah.
I think the Patriots could easily win this game. I think I would be more shocked if the Colts won this game than the Patriots. That's where I'm at right now in my heart. So I think I'm going to take Patriots money line. I also like the under at 45.
Oh yeah, a big under on this one.
Yeah, I think that's where most of my action will be for that one.
Not many overs this week.
No, we're getting to that time of year.
Yeah.
The September football is over where we're seeing 60-point over-unders. Now they're moving into the 40s. Weather's getting cold. People are tightening up.
You're just hating every second of that.
I am. I'm miserable. I actually don't watch football anymore. I stopped watching football at Halloween. I've been lying to you guys the last few episodes.
If I can't go outside, I'm not watching football.
Exactly, which is counterintuitive. Spent all the warm fall days inside watching football. I just stare at the wall. Sunday, the slate is kind of speaks for itself. I just picked the one game I think is the absolute lock of the week. Green Bay Packers -5, Baltimore Ravens. I've placed this bet already. I fucking love this bet. The news out of Baltimore is only going to get worse as the week goes on. It's not going to be like, oh, Lamar Jackson is magically healed. Right now, he's doubtful. He has a sprained ankle, which is going to take him out of... He's not going to be great at running the ball. And I'm sorry, I know the numbers say he's improving. He's not that great of a pocket passer yet. He can't just stand in there when he doesn't have the element of running.
He definitely does rely on his running.
Exactly. Like the reason he can get off good pocket passes because there's a couple spies on him at all times.
Right.
If people know he's not going to run, like in the playoffs on those 3rd and 7s, everyone always talks about, oh, you got to complete the passes on 3rd and 7 to win in this league. When they do that, that's where he struggles, and he's getting better at it, but he's not good enough to beat this Packers defense. So 5 points. I absolutely love it. I think the offense will steamroll. The Ravens defense is depleted as hell. They lost another corner the other day.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams is going to have a monster game. If anyone has him on their fantasy team, they're lucky because he's going to do well for you. I don't think Lamar's going to thrive. He's not only hurt, he's also just been playing bad lately. Before the injury, he had 4 picks against the Browns. He lost against the Browns again this week. I don't remember who they played between the 2 Browns games.
Yeah, but definitely no flashes of brilliance lately.
Yeah, he's completely out of the MVP talks like he was at the beginning of the season.
Right.
I still think he's a good quarterback. I think he's just limited when he has to stay in the pocket. That's why you're taking away someone. Anytime you take away any quarterback's best attribute, they're going to struggle.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I like Packers -5. In fact, I love it.
If I was a Packers fan, I'd be nervous about my team.
Why is that? Is it just the special teams?
Special teams and Rodgers' foot.
I don't think Rodgers' foot is as big of a deal as you've been making it out to be all week.
I just don't think it'll improve if he gets one bad game of blocking.
That's true. All it takes is a couple bad hits.
He gets sacked 6 times in one of these games upcoming. They really need that 1 seed, the Packers.
They do.
Like bad.
Yeah, that's why I think they're going to play with some urgency.
Sure. Because they definitely need rest and some healing.
It's going to be nice, too, that they're going to have that built-in excuse for when they lose the NFC Championship. Oh, Rodgers was hurt.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm already prepared for that to happen.
I think even Packers fans just know they just don't win the NFC Championship. It's going to be the same thing. Tampa Bay is going to go into Green Bay.
Or even the Cardinals. I mean, it's hard to beat the same team twice.
I don't think the Cardinals can go into... But I guess they are better on the road. That's very counterintuitive.
And also depends if they play that game in Arizona again. If the Cardinals get
That's true. The NFC 1 seed could either be Arizona, Los Angeles, Green Bay, or Tampa.
Right.
Those are 4 very different places to play in. Yep. The home field is very important in the NFC playoffs this year because
especially nowadays with the 17 playoffs.
Yep, exactly. I don't know if the Rams can go into Green Bay. I don't know if Green Bay can go down to Tampa. There's so many different what ifs. The only thing I'm sure of is that Tampa Bay can beat anybody.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Just because of Tom Brady.
Yeah, it's just the Tom Brady factor, the TB12 factor.
100%. Yeah, so Packers -5. You're thinking Ravens +5 maybe? Or just going to stay away from this one?
You convinced me. I don't like betting. I do bet the Packers quite a bit, but I don't know. I'll probably just stay away. I could just see the Packers kind of having a shitty game.
They are due for one.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I mean, they kind of played shitty against the Bears, but it was mostly just their special teams.
Their special teams might end up being a problem. That I could see that'll be what costs them an NFC Championship. They'll cruise to the NFC Championship, and then they'll have 2 muffed punts. Remember when the Niners played the Giants in the NFC Championship, and that one guy muffed 2 punts.
Kyle Williams.
Yeah, I think so. And he was just the GOAT of the week. And but then he was saved when I think Billy Cundiff missed the gimme field goal to send or someone dropped a pass.
Yeah, that was a weird game. That was years ago.
Yeah, that was
a decade ago.
Yeah, I was. Really aging myself. But yeah, I just remember there was 2 games that were lost by 2 individual players.
Yeah, that's what it comes down. I mean, special teams always comes down to that. I mean, Brandon Bostic with the Packers.
God, there's got to be nothing worse than being a punt returner.
Yeah.
I don't think you could pay me enough, but it would be miserable.
Do you think you can catch 1 punt in the NFL?
I tried a couple of times with the jugs machine back in high school. Where they would just shoot it up in the air, and I'm talking about NFL.
NFL?
If you give me 100 tries, No, I don't think I could. I would be constantly like, because what I would fair catch it every time.
Oh, you have to. Yeah.
Yeah. How do they do it? Like, how do they know when to fair catch it and when not to?
Peripheral vision.
I get, like, if you're going like this, like you're looking up right now, I can't tell if someone's like running at me full speed. And if so, how can you tell how far away they are?
But what about this? If you can't fair catch it, could you field one punt, no errors? You get 100 tries.
Okay, I could catch one punt.
No fair catch?
I could catch one. Am I getting some sort of like financial reward or something, or is this just for like
just straight up,
just to know if I could do it?
Just think of the bragging rights though.
Yeah, I fielded a punt on the Panthers special teams. That'd be really cool. I could field one punt, but I would get leveled right. It would be fumble. I could catch one, but I would just fumble it right away.
Okay, so it would be with no error.
Oh no, okay, with no error.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it with no error. No, could you?
No, fuck no.
Oh,
There's
God.
no way.
It would be so scary. Imagine all your teeth coming out.
You wear 2 mouth guards.
I would have to. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I changed my mind. I am not going to be that guy who says I could go out there and do anything that those athletes do. So I could not catch a single punt. I could fair catch 3 out of 100.
Oh,
but even then,
catch,
even then, if you bobble it, they're allowed to just clobber you. The second you don't catch it cleanly, they're allowed to just pummel you.
I think 3's fair out of 100.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, easily. Because it takes me at least the first 40 to like just learn to get to where the ball's going.
All right, how about this one? Do you think you'd be a good holder?
No.
Really?
I do not perform well under pressure.
Gotcha.
And there is so much pressure involved with it. I overthink things to the max. It would be a Romo situation. I would. That is the thing I am probably the least confident in on a football field.
I feel like that's like the quote unquote easiest thing to do.
You would think, but you have to catch it, then spin it around. Like if I caught this ball right now and spun it around, I would for sure like spin it too far, or I would like press it down and have it like slide out like that.
What about you get a month of practice?
Then I could hold one. I could do extra points. I don't know. Game-winning field goals take me out though.
Gotcha.
What about you?
I have small hands. I don't think I could do it.
I'm sorry.
But I'm clutch as hell, so who knows?
But I'm fucking ice water in my veins.
Yeah. So I think I could get 1 out of 100 probably.
Okay.
It's not saying a lot, but
it's something. It's better than it's not better than any guys do in the NFL, but it is something. Is there any other games you loved on Sunday?
I have one more. I don't love it, but Falcons plus 9.5 against the Niners. I just feel like that spread's a little high.
I agree.
So I just kind of a shot in the dark on that one.
Yeah, and it's in San Francisco,
right?
But they've also had some struggles there as well.
Yeah, I think Niners are a good team, but I don't think they're a 9-point favorite team.
Plus, I guess I don't know how much this helps, but Matt Ryan does know Kyle Shanahan's system pretty well. He might be able to go into Arthur Blank's office and tell him some things. I don't know. Hey, he likes to run the ball. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that.
You remember this guy? He's got a picture of Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It seems high. I agree.
It's just a kind of a shot in the dark bet, like maybe a parlay bet type thing. So I don't know.
Yeah, I like that. I should get back into parlays. I kind of we got like a month without mentioning parlays.
I said the P word.
Yeah, it's like in Finding Nemo when the shark smells blood.
Yeah.
For the first time, he just goes back to his old ways.
Yep, that's you.
I love that. So, I was sitting around last night, and there's no, believe it or not, and there's no sports on Tuesdays, which is kind of a bummer because sports are the only thing I watch on TV.
Yeah, same.
Like at all. I don't watch movies even. I don't watch Netflix shows. I've seen like 3 shows in my life. I've seen like 7 movies in my life.
Wow.
I'm trying to fix that though. So last night I purposefully sat down and watched, it was on TV. I watched Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh.
And my gambling lizard brain started rolling a little bit. And it got me thinking, because I was also watching Jake Paul TikToks.
Okay.
I was multitasking. I was watching Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Jake Paul TikToks.
It's just a lit Tuesday.
It was so cool. I was doing my laundry at the same time.
Wow.
It was unreal. I wish I could relive it, but I probably won't ever be able to. But it got me thinking, if I were to personally box each of the reindeer, what sort of odds would I be getting? So I got some written down. I want you to tell me if they're bullshit or not.
Okay.
So this would be my odds against the reindeer. So me versus Dasher, I got plus 110. I think Dasher is fast.
Yeah.
But based off the name, I think Dasher's got a little 1-2 punch.
I think you lose against Dasher. He's probably a little quicker than you are.
Okay, but it's still kind of a pick'em, 110.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, I'm not a fighter at all. I've never really thrown a punch in my life.
Yeah, but it's
against a deer.
It's a wimpy deer. So.
Yeah, I'm going based off of the Rudolph animations where they're like little stick ones or whatever.
I gotcha.
Yep. Dancer, I got -200. I could knock out Dancer.
Yeah, but he's probably light on his feet though. He's a dancer, so.
You think?
Yeah, I would be nervous about that one.
Okay.
I think that goes the distance. I think you're gonna tire yourself.
That's decision.
I think it's like I think Dancer's like Muhammad Ali. It's just laying on his feet, dancing around you.
Okay.
Kind of a rope-a-dope action.
So far I'm 0-2 against the Reindeer, you think?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. This one I'm confident. Prancer -500. I'm knocking out Prancer. Prancer is there's no decision. It's round 1 or 2 knockout.
I could see Prancer getting a little lucky though on you.
Why?
It's kind of like that when Mike Tyson lost to, was it Buster Douglas back in the day?
Uh-huh.
It was upset out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I think that might happen to you.
So 0-3 so far.
Yep. I don't think you beat him.
Okay. Vixen +250. Vixen's probably a badass.
I don't know anything about Vixen.
I think Vixen could fuck me up.
Vixen's probably got the coolest name though.
We'll get to that because I think someone else does. Vixen is not the biggest favorite right
Rudolph
now.
the Red. No.
Do you recall? No. Vixen is not the favorite right now. Comet -235. Comet, I feel most confident against Comet out of any of the other deer.
Comet might be guns a-blazing though. It's just like
You think Comet's got nothing to lose?
that Comet's just like go out there swinging. So you gotta save your energy in that one. But I think Comet pulls it off. I think they slip one punch and you're done.
Okay, so I'm 0-5 right now according to Jerrod. Cupid -110. I think I could take Cupid, but at the same time,
the thing about Cupid is he's gonna show you so much love and sportsmanship that you're not gonna want to beat him. So I think you also lose that one.
See, I do have that human aspect to the whole thing. Like Cupid will like wish me luck before the fight, or
right, exactly.
Like
and then you'll like, I don't really want to hit Cupid that hard.
Plus, Cupid just has the ultimate middle child energy.
Oh, definitely.
Stuck in like, what is it, 6th place on the sled or something like that.
6th place.
It's tough to.
Are they all related?
I think they're all family members or something. I don't know.
Huh.
I thought maybe they're not. That'd be weird if they are. I guess there should be. Are there some of them boys and girls? I kind of thought they were all boys, but maybe I just need to check my
Vixen
biases
sounds like
at the door.
Name.
Vixen, yeah. So does Cupid. Donner, I'm a little scared of.
Donner
+190.
Donner.
I think Donner is probably the older one of the deer. I think Donner's got like experience. Donner's got a little gray around the.
Oh yeah, you lose that.
Around
there's
the
no way.
nose.
He's probably way more experienced. He's got way more life experience than you do.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been around the entire world. You haven't. So
I mean, I'm getting close. I've visited like 6 states in the last year.
Do you have a passport?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I've only been to Mexico and Canada though. I'm trying to.
Okay. Well,
that's one of my goals for the next year is to travel somewhere new.
Well, you've never been to the North Pole, have you?
I have not.
Okay.
That doesn't. Yeah. Where are we boxing?
That's a huge.
Are we boxing in the North Pole for their whole field? Also, are we doing this on Showtime? Are we doing this on Triller? How is this happening?
Hallmark, obviously.
Hallmark. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
It also is it indoors.
It's got to be indoors. It's boxing.
Okay.
Doing in the North Pole. The elves can be the referees. We can get Mrs. Claus to be the ring girl.
There you go. What's Santa gonna do? Announce it?
Yeah. If I any deer I beat, I get to take their spot on the sled, or I get extra presents.
Then you gotta work on Christmas Eve, but
that would suck. But that's also the one day a year where you work. I think Santa's got it pretty good.
Yeah, they're probably salary all those deer.
You think? I don't think the deer get paid. I think the elves are for sure underpaid. I'll tell you that right now. The elves are for sure on some Amazon. They're on some Amazon shit. I can tell you right now, those elves are not getting a fair wage. They need to stake a union. So they have to work during the holidays too. That's so shitty. They have to work like extra hours during the holidays.
Yeah, they're just grinding away.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, their whole diet's just cookies.
Yeah. So I don't stand a fucking chance against Blitzen. I'll tell you that right now. Blitzen is, I have +1,500. If I can somehow pull off a win against Blitzen, that's the upset of the century.
He's big deer on the block for sure.
Blitzen's giant. He's got like racing stripes shaved to the side of his head.
Yeah.
He's got a tattoo with like a heart and says mom in it.
There's no way.
He's chewing oats the whole time.
It's got knobbers of oats in.
Yeah, and he's also last, unlike the sleigh, so he's got a fucking chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, definitely.
Danner, Blitzen's like in the back. His alphas lead from the back of the pack. Blitzen is the actual alpha of that group.
Yeah, there's no chance.
And finally, I am fucking sleeping Rudolph. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I am putting Rudolph on the fucking ground, on the fucking mat, whatever it is. Rudolph is overrated. Rudolph is a scrub. Rudolph did not deserve what he got, the treatment he got after going around and saving Christmas one night with
real quick. Like fucking Santa just uses Rudolph for his fucking nose.
Yeah.
What's with that?
Rudolph got gaslit.
Big time. And what a piece of shit Santa is. Just fucking.
He turns a blind eye to this bullying.
But like when it's convenient for Santa, he brings on Rudolph.
Yeah, I guarantee you, if that story took place today with LED lights, Santa's not going to Rudolph's
We can put an
way.
LED light on each of their noses.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so stupid.
And then Rudolph gets all gassed up. He thinks he's going down in history because he saved one Christmas.
Yeah. Like,
there's people who have saved generations of people. There's people who have survived genocide that don't go down in history.
Exactly.
And Rudolph saves one Christmas, so he thinks he's going to go down in history.
Also,
Get the fuck out of here.
You have a magic sleigh and you can't see?
Yeah, you'd think that thing has built-in headlights or something. Your sleigh can fly, not only fly, that can go around the entire world in one night.
But you don't have lights?
You don't have fog lights? Get the fuck out of here.
You need a wimpy deer to like just use his nose?
Yeah, you need to pull up some sort of misfit. Go to the island of misfit toys. Yo, you're hanging out with the abominable snowman and some fucking freak elf who wants to be a dentist. Hey, get over here. Then he bails on his friends so quickly just to go do it.
Yeah, it's not a good story.
No, it doesn't teach a good lesson either.
No, it's just like,
so it's like, hey, if you're a freak, use your freak abilities for good, I guess.
Also, Santa's an asshole.
Santa's a complete asshole. He turns a blind eye. The entire, like, his reindeer are clearly bullying this misfit freak who should be in a lab.
And Santa turns a blind eye to it.
Yeah, he's like, not seeing it. Ah, shit, it's windy, huh? It's foggy. Hey, where's that little fucking freak reindeer? Let's go get him. Hey, Rudolph, you want to be a hero?
Yeah.
Keep that fucking glowing nose you got going.
Santa's like, I got quotas. I really gotta get this done.
Shit. It's like I'm slammed at work right now. I could really use you. It's literally the ultimate Make-A-Wish thing. Rudolph is the Make-A-Wish reindeer.
Yeah, he is definitely. And then
it probably wasn't even that foggy. That's just what they told him.
Yeah,
because they were afraid he was.
Long story short, Santa's just a big old asshole.
Santa's a dick. Rudolph's a pussy, and Blitzen scares me. That's the moral of that story. So, do you think I beat a single reindeer besides Rudolph?
No, I think you only beat Rudolph.
Really?
Yeah, you just got to aim for the nose.
I'm a little.
Like start crying or something.
That is like his weak spot, like in a video game.
Definitely.
Video games are always glowing weak spots.
But you might get blinded by his nose. That is a fact.
I don't think it's that bright in the show. It's not that bright.
If it can go across the world through the fog, apparently it's bright.
I think we've established that he was not needed at all. I think Santa just had like his phone flashlight on behind him the whole time. He's just like, yeah, Rudolph's parents have been just bitching. Or Mrs. Claus. Mrs. Claus is bitching at like, you need to involve Rudolph more in your little reindeer thing. He's like, he can't play in the reindeer games. He's underweight.
Let's see. He's got a bright nose. I can lie to him about it's foggy. Let's see. Okay, that works.
Yeah, all right. Hey, Rudolph, get over here. You get to do the fucking thing.
Yeah, get in the front.
Yeah, so I don't have to talk to you.
Yeah,
he was originally going to have Rudolph. Can you take Rudolph to fly around with you? And like the first few houses, Rudolph's like, wow, this is so great, Santa. Thank you so much for letting me get to do this. And he's like, shit. Hey, it's pretty foggy. You want to go way up fucking front?
Yeah, let's put you up front a little.
Yeah, let's see if you can fly. There's no way he could fly either. He's just like running in.
Yeah, wasn't he slipping on the ice in that show?
Yeah, he didn't even know how to fly. So the other ones are completely carrying him. Dasher and Dancer deserve a fucking medal if anything.
Team on their back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
brutal.
Stupid.
All right, well, it's good to know that Jerrod has faith in me that I can beat some reindeer up, but I'm excited. Now I got to rewatch a movie and just with that energy.
Hyped.
Yeah, it'll be a good time.
Watch it before you go to the bars. Just get hyped.
Just get myself ready. Listening to fucking back off. I take you. Yeah, don't let me into any malls this Christmas season. I will ruin things for your kids. All right, guys. It is also a big fight weekend. You are going to the Jake Paul Tyron Woodley fight.
I am.
I'm excited for you. I'm jealous. I'll be watching the fight probably through some sort of stream or something like that. Okay. But it's a perfect occasion for us to have our celebrated fight specialist, fight expert.
You keep doing air quotes for some reason. I don't know what's with
Come on now. Not everyone watches the video. They don't know that I wasn't doing that. Our resident shadow boxing expert. I will do that one without air quotes because he is the shadow boxing expert. Ryan, the t-shirt guy, is going to join us to talk about UFC and the big Jake Paul Tyron Woodley fight. See you then. Attention, all football fans.
Yes.
I'm sure we all love action-packed, high-scoring NFL games.
I know I do.
We say it every week. I am obsessed with it. It's my favorite thing in the world. And
in the world.
It might be. And with especially when you combine it with the latest no-brainer from DraftKings Sportsbook, which is an official sports betting partner of the NFL and the Goose Egg Gambling Podcast.
Heyo.
You'll be a winner once a single point is scored.
1 point.
They don't even have a 1 point play in football. But if they did, isn't it like a 2 point conversion or something like that?
It's like,
but it could never be 1-0. I think it's if like a 2 point conversion turns into a safety. I think that's what it is.
It's something weird like that.
Yeah, like if somehow like a guy ran 98 yards backwards and turned into a safety.
I'll crunch the numbers on that.
We'll crunch the numbers.
Yeah.
But that's only 1 point play. But you don't even need that. Just any point is scored and you'll be a winner. New customers who bet just $1 on any team to score on DraftKings can win $100 in free bets. It's that simple. And if you live in a state where Sportsbook is not available, you can still get in on the NFL action, play for huge cash prizes all season long with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Sports Contests. DraftKings is giving all new customers a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes with their first deposit.
Simple,
easy money. Three of my favorite words. So all you gotta do is you gotta download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use the promo code YouBetcha. Bet $1 on any team to score and win $100 in free bets. They score, you score. Promo code YouBetcha. That is YOUBETCHA. This week at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL and the Goose Egg Gambling Podcast. Must be 21 years or older. New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit and $1 wager required. One per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the show. And more importantly, welcome back our resident fight expert, Ryan the T-shirt guy.
Well, according to the last clip that we put out with me talking about former champions and like, Bruce Buffer brainwashing people into thinking like, oh, former champion, like he's going to be good, even though he's not. It was 10 years ago. People were getting heated.
According to that, you are not the former fight champion. According to that, you were a casual.
No, you were a casual.
Well, they don't know which one of us was commenting back.
I was about to jump in the mud, but if anyone wants to talk UFC, hit me up at Ryan the T-shirt guy. I'd love to
talk your ear off.
Yeah, 100%. And we got some big fights coming on this weekend. We had big UFC card last week, headlined by Nunez Pena, and then who was the main event? Poirier and Oliveira.
Yeah, that was the first bet you've given me that lost. Was
I know,
or whatever the name is.
Big time night of upsets. I went 0 for 5 last weekend.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Did you guys have fun watching the fights?
I had a good time. It's always a good time, regardless if I'm winning or I'm losing. Because the thing about it is like every main event fight then shapes the next 6 months to a year for like the top of the division that is fighting that night. So like Oliveira wins, Poirier loses. Where does he go next? Does he fight Conor in the trilogy? Does he drop down and fight like a number 4 or 5? Does he move up to 170? So had he won, he's going to fight 155 for the title again, right? But now that he lost, it's like, what does he do next?
That is so weird. Like their whole narrative of their whole career kind of can change with one fight.
Yeah.
And they're like shot up completely or just.
Well, a lot of those guys only fight twice a year. Some of them only fight one time a year. You'll get the occasional title holder that'll fight 3 times in a year, like Adesanya. He's more so like 2 times a year now. But yeah, it's interesting. The weight divisions are really getting shaken up. Amanda Nunez gets taken down. She was minus 900. Wow. Like talk about, throw $10 on the other girl.
That's insane.
Yeah. So it was a good weekend. And now, I was never a huge Tyron Woodley fan. He got his ass worked by Kamaru Usman. I think it was 2 years ago when Kamaru fought for the title for the first time. He doesn't excite me as much, but fuck, Jake Paul excites me.
Yeah. There's something about him.
I know. And he's doing it as much as you want to hate him. You have to admit he's doing a phenomenal job by number 1, winning, and number 2, promoting these fights with still high level fighters.
Yeah.
Like Ben Askren was 19-0 in Bellator, I believe. Bellator won championship. His other organization, we'll go with that. Granted, he's not a great striker, but he's still a great fighter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tyron Woodley, 5-time title holder, great fighter. Not so much anymore, but he's picking his poison really well.
He is, and Jerrod's gonna see this fight firsthand. He thinks,
son of a gun.
He thinks the whole thing is rigged. He thinks it's like wrestling. He thinks Woodley's gonna take a bow and just get the payday and leave.
Yeah, he's gonna take the fall, and then they'll both split the pot under the table.
So what do you think about the $500,000 bonus that Jake Paul offered Woodley for a knockout?
I mean, they'll just slip it under the table, like, hey, I'll take the fall and I'll give you a little off the top.
Do you think it's just so that Jake can continue his like undefeated streak and just like his rise to the top? Because I think so. Like I said on the other podcast, I think these guys have too much pride for that. I think once you become a multimillionaire, like another big payday doesn't really appeal to you as much as like knocking out. Like you don't want to be the guy who loses to Jake Paul twice.
Yeah, but I think money does weird things to people.
It does.
Yeah, and I also think Jake Paul wants to. That's not a hot take at all. It definitely does weird shit to people. I think Jake Paul wants to do more than just fight too. Like he's been talking about creating a fighters union for like MMA fighters or boxers so that they can get paid what they are deserved.
Is that what his whole beef with Dana White is? He's just saying UFC fighters are not paid well.
Correct. Yep.
Why is he taking that hill? Just to piss off Dana White?
Probably.
Yeah.
And he's doing a great job of it.
I'm sure.
As much as Dana White can shrug that one off, it's like he's losing sleep at night over it. I guarantee it.
That's crazy.
But if you look at the UFC as a whole, like there's never going to be an organization. I shouldn't say never, but for a long time, there's never going to be an organization that trumps the UFC.
Really?
Well, their if you just watch a Bellator production versus a UFC production, which Bellator is essentially like number 2 in the rankings, it is worlds of difference. Big time.
Because didn't Dana White buy it for like $1 million like way back in the day?
Him and the Zaffa or Zuffa brothers bought it for like $4 million and or something like that. And then then they sold it for $4 billion.
Yeah.
I think they sold it to like WEC or some investment group like that. Yeah. So, and now the UFC is publicly traded. I am in on that. So I'm
a part owner.
I'm technically a part owner. Yep.
Fun fact here. Back in the day, I think in the 90s, Shane McMahon wanted to buy UFC.
Really?
WWE, yeah.
He would have tanked that thing so hard.
Yeah.
Or he would have turned it into something different than what it is now, which I can't see that being very successful.
Yeah, I'm not sure what his vision was, but
I see it as being like the XFL kind of.
That would have been sick.
Like, Shane McMahon's UFC is comparable to the XFL.
Yeah.
And how that all went down.
That would have been sick.
I don't know. But no, I'm excited for this weekend. On another hand, I'm also excited for Charlie Woods and Tiger Woods to suit up and play in the PNC this weekend.
Ton of great just headlining events for you.
I know.
It's a Ryan weekend.
I know.
It's a big Ryan weekend.
Well, here's
I thought
the thing.
last weekend was the Ryan weekend.
I'll be at Christmas this weekend.
Really?
Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday morning. I'll be at Christmas, so I'll have the laptop with me. I'll definitely be popping that open.
Stream it.
I fuck your laptop all weekend.
Big time.
There you
Big
go.
time.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna buy the fight? Are you gonna buy the fight? You'll be there, Jerrod.
I don't think I'll buy it. I'll just go through the whole TikTok live stream and just find those, watch
you're not,
as they get taken down.
You're not streaming it illegally by doing that.
No, other people are.
You're just watching it on TikTok.
Yeah, like people like have it in their glasses or like, reflected off the window behind them. I think that's fair
I do the
game.
same thing.
Yeah, and then they get taken down like,
you're like fuck.
rapid speed.
I got it. Keep going.
Right in the middle.
Swipe.
You're
It's like,
swiping through like makeup tutorials.
yeah, it's like Tinder back in the day. You're like, you're just like looking for a booty call. It's like swipe.
just at 10 p.m. at night on Saturday.
Yeah, God. And
it'll be right before the fight starts.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course. Who's the person behind who scours the like TikTok and takes that shit down?
I'm sure they just have some poor intern having to do it.
Someone that has to do it.
Right.
That's someone's job.
Big old narc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
time.
much. You just gotta let us fly. Who do you think wins the fight? Right now, Jake Paul is minus 260, Tyron Woodley's plus 210.
I think Jake Paul wins.
You think?
And here's why. Tyron Woodley, shortened camp, short notice. 2 weeks notice?
Wasn't he training for someone else though?
If he's not training like he did.
I guess
UFC.
they always say they're always training.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
You're not in camp.
They're going to one class a day, and that's probably it. Maybe coaching a couple more, but Jake Paul on my app is minus 275. Tyrone's
this
plus
was this
220.
morning, so it might have changed.
Yeah, so I'll probably just put $20 on Tyrone, win 44.
That's what I'm thinking.
If I lose it, I lose it. It is what it is. I do kind of want to see Jake Paul win again, and I didn't think I'd ever want to say that, but for the fact that I just want to see who he fights next.
Yeah, because he can't keep going. Like he's not going to go down. Like his opponents have only gotten more impressive.
Yeah, but if he loses to Tyron Woodley, he's not going to get as great. Well, I shouldn't say that because whoever he does fight, let's just say hypothetically he fights John Jones after losing to Tyron Woodley. Well, the reason they're doing that is because John Jones is going to get a fat payday.
Yeah.
So he can go up in competition, I feel like, if he still loses, but the legacy portion of it just doesn't hold intact.
Yeah, like right now his whole thing is he's undefeated or whatever.
Yeah.
But it is crazy how he has become the biggest payday in all of boxing.
Yeah.
If you want to make money, you fight Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Which who would have thought that 2 years ago when he was fighting Nate Robinson?
Fucking
or
Nate
whatever.
Robinson, Deji, God, who else did he fight?
I think just those two Askren.
Deji, Nate Robinson, Ben Askren,
And then
Tyrone Woodley. Maybe one other.
he's 4-0.
Not sure.
Okay.
He might have done some sort of amateur one at one point. But yeah, it's crazy. Do you think the tattoo aspect of the whole thing plays into a revenge for Tyrone Woodley? Because he has the I Love Jake Paul tattoo he had to get.
Maybe if he wins, he gets it removed.
That apparently that's like
really?
his out
That's a
or whatever
thing?
in the bet. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he had to get the tattoo just to get the rematch, and he went
Sure.
through and got it.
These side bets to me are so irrelevant.
Yeah, probably.
It's like, whatever. I just want to see who wins. Like the whole side bet thing, you don't even really hear anything after the fight. Actually, after the fight is done, you don't hear anything about those side bets.
That's true. And I guess if you're stepping in a ring with someone who wants to knock your head off, you're not thinking about the tattoo. You're like, oh, that's extra motivation. If you're not motivated to fight someone back when you're in the ring with them, you're probably just not going to get motivated.
Yeah. So it'll be very interesting, Jerrod. I'm pretty jealous. You'll have to send me some Snapchats.
Yeah, I'll film it on TikTok for you guys.
Yeah, please, yeah. If you could, that'd be great.
What kind of seats you got? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Probably front row.
Wait, you could just Instagram live the whole thing, couldn't you? They're
I
not
can
going
do
to
that.
stop that.
Yeah, I could do that.
Jerrod, what's gonna suck is I do like boxing. I like watching Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis and guys like that, like Lomachenko, the high level fighters. But having to watch like the rest of the card is gonna be fucking booty.
Darren Williams and Frank Gore are on the undercard.
I think we'll show up later. I like to see Frank Gore though.
Yeah, I think that.
Why are they doing that?
Because I don't know.
Darren Williams fighting Illini, him and D Brown,
Yeah, that's
big
right.
time. The dynamic duo at the Fighting Illini.
That's a throwback right there.
Yeah, fuck Darren Williams. God, why is he doing that? He's probably broke now.
I think him and Frank Gore are both broke.
Frank Gore has been he was in the NFL for like 30 years.
It can't have been all for fun. He's
I
going to
know.
have some sort of money problem.
Well, and think of the CTE that Frank Gore has. He's just going to add on to that by jumping in the boxing ring.
Yeah.
Sad.
He just has nothing to lose.
Money
I know.
talks.
Apparently, yeah, all his brain cells are gone.
Apparently.
He's got one left.
Yeah, I wonder what those guys are getting paid. Who knows? I'd rather just watch the UFC. I'd rather watch a shitty UFC card than watch Frank Gore and Darren Williams.
Yeah, I'd agree. But
Yeah.
not Jake Paul. I'd rather watch Jake Paul, I think, than a shitty UFC card.
I wouldn't.
Well, it's because you're a part owner. You have financial.
true.
You have
You're a
financial.
shareholder.
You have
And I
financial.
still have to buy the $70 pay-per-view once a month.
That's kind of you'd think
And
they
pay $6 a month for ESPN Plus for the other fights.
You think they'd at least
So
give you a
dumb.
discount, like an
No
owner
shit.
discount?
I know. I'm gonna have to sell my stock here soon just to pay for these fucking pay-per-views.
We'll get Dana on the horn.
Yeah.
Fucking day.
He's too busy losing sleep over Jake. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be excited. We'll watch that fight. Have fun, Jared. It'll be a good time.
Yeah. I got
very
Jake
excited.
Paul.
You do. I got
Yep.
Woodley. But I think my head says Jake Paul, but I'm also just for the payday.
Yeah, I think.
Go Woodley.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna bet on Woodley, but I'm taking Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Why I'm doing that, I don't know.
I do the exact same thing. I
Yeah, it's
just fall in
stupid.
love with underdogs.
Oh, big time. It's like I'm okay with losing 10 or 20 bucks, and if he does pull it off, great. I win money. If not, like,
I was
stream-
right.
Well, I stream the fight on TikTok too, so
Yeah,
I pay
exactly.
$50 for that.
We got nothing
so,
to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Thanks, TikTok. And thank you for our listeners. Have a good luck this weekend. Win some damn money because we all need it right before the holiday season.
Yeah, big time.
Big time.
Big time. Peace.
Bye.